folks, Chris here. Something a little bit different today. I'm doing some maintenance on one of my guitars, so I figured I'd record it for you all. So let me introduce you. This is Ibanez. Eddie Van Halen had his Frankenstrat. This is Ibanez. It's an old RG 1570, Ibanez RG 1570 that I've had for years. And first I replaced the stock bridge humbucker with a Damasio X2N, which is a really high output humbucker, passive but very high output. And then more recently, a couple of years ago, I replaced the neck pickup with this old P90 that I had sitting around that originally came out of a Bellman guitar, Australian made Bellman guitar. So that's a hand wound P90 that I had to carve out some of the body to make it fit, but that sounds great in the neck position there. Now I'm having some issues with the tremolo here, the floating trem. So that's what I'm going to repair. So I'll start by taking this all apart, and then I'll show you what the issue is. So here you can see the issue. The trem block here is coming loose, and it continues to come loose. And the some internet sleuthing has led me to believe that the screws that hold this in place here are too short. It seems to be kind of a common issue. So I'm going to replace the screws that are in here with some slightly longer ones and some slightly better quality stainless steel screws, and hopefully that will fix the problem. So I've taken a reference photo of all the positions that the intonation adjustments are in the saddles here. It's a good idea to do that. I'll have to adjust the intonation anyway once I put it all back together, but I'll know that it's going to be somewhere close to this, so I can start here and then adjust from there. So I'm going to first take out the strings. And then unscrew these bolts and remove the saddles. And I'll keep the saddles in the same order that I take them off to make sure they don't get mixed up. It looks like this hex screw has been stripped, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to work out something with that. So I've managed to get that off with some WD-40 and some pliers. I'll see if I can find a replacement screw for this, or maybe a whole set for this area as well. One thing to be careful of here with these screws is that there is a little washer on here, so you want to be careful that you don't lose that. And here are the screws that are causing the issue. So you can see they connect to there, and they are just not holding on at all. So I'm going to take these out and replace them with some longer screws, and hopefully that will fix the issue. the block. This little bracket that helps with the micro tuners on the back. And here are our screws, and yeah, it even looks like it's stripping a little bit of metal from the block itself. Don't know if you can see that. So I think this block is, you know, cast aluminium or something. It's not the best quality. I may need to replace the block itself if having the longer screws doesn't help, and that may be a good mod to do in the future anyway, for you know, some better sustain and things like that. Anyway, we'll try the longer screws, and hopefully that sorts our problem. And here are the new screws. So this is the old one, the M3. The old one is M3 by 10 millimeters, and the new ones I've got are M3 by 15 mil. And you can see that that's quite a bit longer. And I've put this all back together with the new screws, and that's sorted that problem right out. I don't know why they didn't use the longer screws in the first place, but there you go. So if any of you have got a similar issue, just changing the 10 mil screws out to 15 mil will sort that right out. I've got this in as a temporary measure. These are also M3 by 10 mil. I've got some proper replacements, black hex screw replacements coming in the mail, so once they come in, I'll put it all back together, put some new strings on it, and test it out.